Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Back Battles. Today we're using the same team with Xerneas, Yveltal, Ninetales, and Landorus-T and Amoonguss. So, I was supposed to have Akaberry on the Amoonguss, but I realized that I don't have Akaberry on this card. It's on my main card since this is my backup stream card. So yeah, I'll trade over the Akaberry from my previous game, or maybe I'll just try to get one by luck, because I know you can get one by luck in the berry things. But yeah, otherwise, we'll keep Akaberry, even though it really hasn't helped that much. But yeah, so we'll keep Akaberry for now, and then hopefully we'll have Akaberry in the next episode when I start a new recording session. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not sure how daily videos will be. I do have exams currently, and it's actually a pretty busy time right now. I got a lot of stuff that's going to be due for university, so not sure how consistent daily uploads will be. I'll try my best. Streaming's going to be a bit more longer, so I apologize for anyone who's being patient on Twitch, especially since I just haven't had time to stream on Twitch, unfortunately. Traveling has always been a thing, and I didn't want to exactly, well, exams, traveling, IRL, and also the fact that I didn't want, the few times I did have time to stream, it was like, do I really want to stream and then not come back for and then be gone away for another 2 weeks? I want, when I come back to streaming, I want it to be decently consistent. So just gonna wait for that time period when I can do that, but right now it's just really hectic right now, as we got Pikachu for the United States of Texas, or Texas of the United States more likely, and that is the standard Yveltal team. Okay, we have a pretty good matchup against Yveltal, if I remember right. We see the Incineroar, the Stakataka, Yveltal, Tapu Koko, Venusaur, and the Groudon. We have a pretty good matchup against this team because one, this team doesn't my opponent's team actually really doesn't like Yveltal itself. Two, it doesn't like Landorus at all. Actually, Landorus plus Xerneas probably just wins this game. I don't know, because I fear Ninetales could have been good here, but the problem is it doesn't do much to special defensive Groudon. Most of these teams, they do run special defensive Groudon. So yeah, we'll lead Yveltal, I think. Yveltal Instin's probably my best lead, with Landorus and the Xerneas in the back, because I don't need a Amoonguss. I mean, it helps against the Tapu Koko, but I could just switch in Landorus to the electric type attack and just wear down the Tapu Koko. So yeah, we should be fine here. We'll see how it goes. I think we have a pretty good matchup, especially since Xerneas just gets to click Geomancy next to a Landorus with a Tectonic Rage, and that's usually what you want to go for in this game. But I think there are multiple ways we could just set that up. So I think we're going to go for the weaken my opponent first, because I don't want the Yveltal to be a bit annoying as a lead. But we're going to see the Groudon Venusaur lead. Okay. Which is fine. We get Intimidate off into the Groudon and the Venusaur, and really Groudon's just not doing much. It's really not doing much. I could see a double protect here. You really don't want to take a fake out into a Snarl turn 1. So I think, would we even Snarl? No, we would Oblivion Wing the Venusaur, and I think I am going to Oblivion Wing the Venusaur. Or do I want to Snarl? Because Snarl might not be that bad either, because it breaks the Sash anyway, and it covers the top of Koko switching. Here's the thing, I'm definitely thinking you're clicking Sleep Powder. I just don't know what to go with Groudon. Do you switch out? I think a switch out is very likely. Into maybe Stakataka if you have it. I think I'm going to Snarl here. And go Landorus. I want to cover. One, if Groudon stays in, it's not doing any damage. Two, if I catch the Stakataka, it's instant, so still works out for me, right? Because I get the Intimidate off and I get a bunch of other things. I'm guessing Venusaur probably just protects here. If it doesn't, that's risky, but you have to hit Sleep Powder regardless. And I don't know who you're going for Sleep Powder into, actually, because it'd be questionable. We'll go hard Landorus here. We have an instant in the back too as a switching, which is really good as well, since we'll be able to provide Intimidate, rotation games. So as long as we can get rid of this Venusaur on the field, I don't have to worry about too many shenanigans. So yeah, we're just going to see Protect, which is actually pretty good. So I probably got the best turn, because I don't think I would Oblivion Wing the Instant. So it's a question what the last Pokemon is. I'm guessing my opponent brought Stakataka, because your Xerneas matchup is so poor if you don't have it. So yeah, not that bad here. We get a special attack decrease on the Incineroar. And right here, probably just get a free Oblivion Wing into the Venusaur, and we could probably just go back into Instant here. Because we're probably just going to see Fake Out into the Landorus and a Sleep Powder and Yveltal. I guess we could see it the other way around, but I mean, we could see it both ways. I just think that switching into Instant just gives us Fake Out pressure if we do see the Tarn Yveltal. So, and it might force the Venusaur to protect again. So, right now we're just in such a solid position because like our opponent has so many difficulties trying to break through this, but I want to keep Landorus as healthy as possible because it is definitely a Pokemon that can win this matchup if played right. So I do want to preserve it and just rather go Instant here, as we are going to see Fake Out come out into the into the Landorus, and Sleep Powder does connect the first time with the Yveltal, which is okay here. Now it depends on how does my opponent want to play. Luckily the Instant's -2, so I don't have to worry too much about it. I could go for the U-turn here into the Instant, which I think is probably really good here. And I think I'm just gonna attempt to Oblivion Wing the Venusaur once again. I got low kick if I expect my opponent to go hard stack attack up, but I don't want you to go hard grout on here. So I'm gonna U-turn. Yeah, as the Venusaur protects, which is fine. I'm actually hoping Yveltal stays asleep so I could potentially wake up the following turn and then get the Oblivion Wing off. Okay, nice. Perfect. And who has the faster Instant? I do, which is actually unfortunate. Unless if it's a speed tie or something, that's actually a bit unfortunate because I'd rather have gotten the Intimidate second or the U-turn second, because I'm pretty sure my opponent goes for U-turn as well. We'll go hard Landorus here. Because if Stack Attacker wants to come in, you have to go for Sleep Powder immediately, which is not exactly the best odds for you. This matchup is really basically how many Sleep Powders you hit with Venusaur. If you had Feeny, I guess it would help, but the problem with Feeny is like, I don't even think I would bring Feeny in this matchup. It doesn't do too much. I see the knockoff into the Yveltal, which is fine as well. Getting rid of my Assault Vest, but like, do I even need my Assault Vest this game? Your hitters are Venusaur, which doesn't even do much to my Yveltal in the first place. Tapu Koko, I guess, but like that depends on did you bring the Tapu Koko. I think Stack Attack is more likely, so I don't think I need my Assault Vest at all. I'm gonna protect here and just go in for the Oblivion Wing. As Incineroar stays in, I'm pretty sure maybe just trying to get Flare Blitz off, but let's see, can we wake up here? Because if we wake up, we're in a decent spot. Classic 3-turn sleep. U-turn gonna come out into the Yveltal. Now Venusaur can just protect, and it can be another Sleep Powder Ward, which is really dumb. So we might see the Groudon come in once again. Or Yveltal on my opponent's side. Okay, no Stack Attacker, which is really surprising. If I get Xerneas set up, I win. So yeah, I don't even need the... Well, Landorus is still useful. I'm gonna go for the Oblivion Wing here into the Venusaur. And here's the thing, right? I could definitely see the Venusaur protecting. I'd rather just go Instant here, because if you go for the, one, it gets the Intimidate onto the Yveltal. Two, it could be a foul play coming out, like a Grass Not Foul Play double up, which would be probably just knock out my Landorus, which isn't ideal here. If you go for Protect, I can Fake Out Oblivion Wing the following turn, or have that pressure too. Yeah, you just go for Sleep Powder. He lands all the Sleep Powders. Well, actually, that's only 2 in this game, out of what, the 2 that actually were connecting, because like I protected on one of them. We're guaranteed to wake up. We get Oblivion Wing off. Perfect. So now we bring the Venusaur to 1 HP, which means now, that's not even 1 HP, but it puts it in range of basically any other attack, which is good. U-turn, a Snarl. Basically, that's kind of what we needed right here, as we see a foul play. Yep, into the Landorus slot. Yeah. That didn't do much. Sun Face, which is actually perfect timing, because my Yveltal is actually EV to be faster than the Venusaur, so I'll go for a Snarl here, I guess, and I'm gonna attempt to just try to wake up turn 1. Yeah, because I could see Groudon coming in and Venusaur protecting, which is fine. Because I burn a turn of sleep with the Incineroar, and then my opponent's forced to go for like the same thing anyway. So I think my opponent tried to knock off my Yveltal, trying to make the Yveltal 1v1 maybe easier for my opponent, but like, yeah, it just doesn't really help. As we're gonna see the Venusaur retreat into Incineroar. Would have preferred probably getting a Oblivion Wing off onto that Pokemon, but like, it's fine still. I I actually don't even have any inclination to just switch out because I can just keep in with my instant and just keep trying to go for a U-turn and eventually wake up. So we get Snarl off, which also limits the damage output from the Yveltal, except Foul Play, which is the only move. And it might just keep going for Foul Play, trying to catch my Landers coming back in. But we're still in a fine position. It actually just goes for Oblivion Wing, so it's not really doing too much to my instant. It just didn't do too much. Yeah. And I'd rather have instant actually be able to get a wake up soon instead of going out of Landers, even if it might be more beneficial. I also don't want my opponent to catch me with a foul play, so we'll go for an Oblivion Wing into the Incineroar, and we'll just U-turn the instant as well because we don't have to target Yveltal at all as long as we got Xerneas in the back. So we just got to keep focusing on the things around Incineroar. And what the great part is about Venusaur being so low is if I get Geomancy off, I outspeed it with Xerneas and KO with Dazzling Gleam, which is why I want to go for Oblivion Wing and get it off into the Venusaur slot. So we'll get an Oblivion Wing off into the Incineroar here, which is good. Might be a Flare Blitz Oblivion Wing double up, but like that won't KO Yveltal at all. We're gonna see Snarl, which is fine too. That's really not doing much damage at all to my Pokemon. Like it did 9. It did 9 to my Yveltal. Well, I did Snarl my opponent's Yveltal, and it's not doing anything. It's -1 Yveltal. Like the worst it can do is Foul Play. We get the U-turn, which is nice, so we'll be able to U-turn out, and we actually get to go Landers before my opponent can do anything, which is nice because the Incineroar should be in range of Rock Tomb, which is good. So or Groundium Z, because my opponent doesn't have a switch in for Groundium. So we'll go Landers here. On the U-turn, I'd imagine. It could be a Flare Blitz into Yveltal, but I'd be okay with it. Let's see. Yeah, U-turn is fine. Because like Groudon's not in a good spot. Neither is the yeah, like just Groudon's not even in a good spot here, so. And if I get a Bitter Chip on Groudon, it just puts in range of +2 Moonblast, so no matter what, I'm in a decent spot. I could probably even go out into my Instant eventually to do it. So yeah, the only thing is I can't Swords Dance here because I'd be worried about the... I'd obviously be worried about the... what's it called? Here's the thing, my opponent could try to activate Barry here. But I'm just gonna go for the Dark Pulse into Groudon. Like, the chip is really nice here, and I'm gonna go Instant. I don't need Instant specifically, and I'm not sure if he would Precipice Blades here against 2 Flying types when I don't even have to switch out. So I'm just gonna switch out Landorus, get an Instant here. It's gonna be a long game, I can tell you that. It's gonna be a long game here, folks. But Assault Vest Yveltal mirrors aren't fun. But yeah, we just get to go for Dark Pulse. Yveltal's fine switching out because it realizes it can't do anything. It goes Instant, which is actually perfect. I think you tried to activate Barry with Snarl, but like I don't have a reason to Snarl. It's not doing anything. And I could actually get Xerneas in. I could get Xerneas in Geomancy, since I don't have to worry about Snarl pressure anymore. So we'll get Dark Pulse off into the Groudon. And we flinch the Groudon too, so if we went for Sword Sense, that's beautiful. That should be Spadef Groudon 100%. So it should be Z-move on Coco, okay. That's ideal. I think I'm just gonna go Xerneas. I'm gonna go Landers for the Yveltal and go out into Xerneas because this basically lets me get a Geomancy sweep potentially, unless my opponent goes straight for the U-turn, which is fine. If you go for Flare Blitz and a Landers, that's fine too. Like, it's not really mattering too much. If you go for Precipice Blades, that's fine as well. Like, I just don't think you're Flare Blitzing, Precipice Blading my Instant Slot. Even then, I don't think it would KO because we got the Intimidate off. So we'll go Xerneas here. And we'll attempt to Geomancy because I think this is the prime time to Geomancy. Sword Sense is fine too because like the Groudon's at neutral. And we could just go Instant, like theoretically. So there's not much. Yeah, it's a U-turn, which is fine. Into the Xerneas. And then we can go Instant afterward. Is Instant the play? Probably. I just don't see a reason not to. Even if Snarl Precipice Blades comes out, I think it's fine. We're gonna see the Yveltal come out, or maybe it's actually no, it might be better just to Earthquake here and Protect. Yeah, I think it's actually better to Earthquake and Protect. Like the main reason I think that's the play is because like the two plays I can see are instant coming out and an attack in a Xerneas or a Snarl plus Precipice Blades, because you can't really afford Xerneas getting the free Geomancy up because you know it could probably just destroy your team, especially all your Pokemon's weakened. So what I think I could do is Earthquake and put this Grout. Either A, I can KO the instant, which is actually really good for me because I don't have to worry about all that rotating stuff, or B, I could get the damage on Groudon to put in range of Tectonic Rage. So Groudon's actually going to switch out. Okay, instant coming up. That's fine for me. That's a free knockout and an instant, and I'll definitely take that. And I don't think you're foul playing my Xerneas here. I mean my Landorus here. I like you could. I don't mind it. Like, I really don't. So let's see what my opponent does. We get an Earthquake off. We will be able to knock out the instant here, and I guess maybe the one problem with this play is Venusaur gets to come out, and then I have to play mind games with that. At least I have a Yveltal to switch in anyway, so that's not too bad. I guess one of the negative parts about not having foul play on this team is like I can't pressure the Groudon as much as I would like. Yeah, Snarl comes out, which it should. And I guess if Venusaur comes out, wow, that did a lot of crit. Okay, I was just about to say that did a bit too much. If Venusaur comes out, you have to sleep powder me. I don't expect Landorus to stay around on the field that much, so I'm actually gonna go straight for a Tectonic Rage, and I think just go Yveltal here. Sun should be expiring soon anyway, right? The Groudon was in for a long time. Yes, the last turn Sun. Actually, wait. Did I protect? No, I protected Xerneas the last turn. Okay, so I could just protect my Landorus here. Go hard Yveltal, because I don't need Yveltal in this game, or I don't need it super healthy. Because here's the thing, right? I can go Yveltal here. Then I can, even if it takes a sleep powder, that's fine, because I don't need Yveltal really that much in this game. And then I could Tectonic Rage to Venusaur slot the following turn. Then I either get Groudon or I get this Venusaur, which both benefit me. So Sucker Punch is going to come out, turning down the Landorus slot, actually, I think. Sleep Powder, it avoids the attack, but that's like the price you have to pay. We'll Tectonic Rage the Venusaur slot. And we'll go... You're not gonna Snarl here, I think. I think I just go hard Xerneas, because if I lose my Landorus, that's fine. Because I just get instant in, and then I just fake out the Yveltal, click Geomancy, and then I win the game. Yeah. So we'll go Xerneas here. We're gonna see the Venusaur actually switch out, which is amazing for me, because the damage on Groudon is super crucial. I don't think this will knock out, but like that damage is super crucial, actually. Don't know if you'll Snarl here, though. I don't think you should Snarl here, though. If you do, that's fine. My Landorus lives for another turn. And then I just get the rotation of Intimidates again. So, no matter what, my opponent's kind of in this awkward position. And that's kind of the thing the entire game. So, we'll go for Tectonic Rage here with Landorus. Z move into the Groudon. Let's see if it KOs. It's not Intimidated, so... But Groudon has really good physical defense. So, let's see. It will probably survive, I'd imagine. Wow, that didn't do as much as I thought. Snarl gonna come out. Am I -1? Or is that just not doing as much as I was hoping? I mean, regardless, it's still fine. Oh, I was -1. Okay, that explains why. I mean, that damage is actually pretty good because it puts in range of neutral Moonblast, and that's actually might be better for me. So, I'm gonna go hard Yveltal here. And I'm gonna go hard instant here. Because you're probably gonna just Sucker Punch and Blades, potentially. You might just be worried about Xerneas setting up again, so you might Snarl again. But again, this is fine. Because as long as Xerneas is reset, Moonblast just gets the KO. Or does a lot to the Yveltal. But the Groudon's in range of my Dazzling Gleam at +1, which is like the crucial part that I have here. So as long as I get a Geomancy up, I should be able to win. Snarl. Perfect. Okay. Might be Precipice Blades, which is fine. Because the Groudon, even if it sets up, not really that big of a deal. Because again, we do have our Xerneas pretty healthy. It might be a Oh, goes for straight Fire Punch. Okay. Into the Ensign. Doesn't proc Berry, which is fine. Man, I wish I had knockoff on the Yveltal, but it's fine. Can't Snarl here. We could sack Landorus. Be that bad to sack Landorus. I'm gonna go Landorus here. I'm gonna sack Landorus because Landorus is just like, I already used my Z move, so it's not really that much of a point. I don't need Rock Tomb on the Yveltal or anything because it's already slow anyway. The damage might be nice because it guarantees puts in range of +1 Moonblast, I think. But even then, like, I don't think it's worth. I'd rather just go Landorus here, get Intimidate off onto both of these Pokemon, and then I get my Xerneas in. So we'll Oblivion Wing just for chip because I don't think my opponent's going for Oblivion Wing at this point. But yeah, that did absolutely nothing. But that's fine because, like, whatever damage we get on Groudon doesn't even matter at this point, and we don't want to proc Berry. So Snarl, once again, will be able to knock out my Landorus at the range. Yeah, which is fine. Groudon's at -2, so it doesn't really matter much to me. And let's see if he Swords Dance. No, you just Fire Punch again, which is okay. Because I can go my Xerneas here, and what the nice part is, if you Snarl, actually, I think my Instant gets put in Berry range, so I'd be able to heal back up. And then the Precipice Blaze doesn't even knock out Instant, and then I could just Fake Out and then click Gleam twice and win the game. Yeah, that should be how it works. We'll go hard Instant here and we'll click Geo. Like, if there's any time to Geomancy, it's now. If you miss Snarl, you automatically lose the game. I guess if you live the Gleam, but I just don't think Groudon lives a +1 Gleam at the range it's at, even if it's especially defensive. That's why I went for the entire game plan like I've been thinking of, which is right here at this moment. So, bring out Instant, we get the Intimidate off into the Groudon, as well as the Yveltal, but it doesn't matter on the Yveltal. Let's see here. Snarl. Because we will get Geomancy up. Dark Pulse would knock out the Groudon at the range that. I don't think it does. But again, Groudon's not doing much damage. It's at, what, -3, I think, maybe at this point? -2 and -3, I think. So we get the boosted, I think it's -3. It's just not doing any damage. We will see Snarl. That actually sucks because I was trying to proc Berry, but it doesn't really matter too much. If like Groudon Swords Dance, that's also a choke because I just win the game with Gleam. Fire Punch doesn't want to miss, but that really won't do much damage. That did nothing. Yeah, it's -3. Like, I'm not really worried about the Groudon, even if it does cease now. Like, even if it switches out now, like Venusaur gets caught, Yveltal gets caught by the Gleam, and then it's like good game from there. So I'm just gonna click Gleam and Fake Out into Yveltal, because a Fake Out in the Gleam will be able to KO the Yveltal, and yeah, there really isn't much my opponent can do here in this situation. I think the situation is just so bad for my opponent right now that no matter what you do, you're pretty much out of this game. Unless Groudon lives and then crits. You have to, like, you have to live and you have to crit the Xerneas, and even then, I guess maybe you put me in Sucker Punch range. But then again, I think Yveltal would be so weakened by that point, I could go out in my own Yveltal and click Sucker Punch and protect Xerneas, and then I could just Sucker Punch. So I think no matter what, like, this is game. And yeah, that's not the play. Maybe you're going for Groudon Protect? Okay. But even then, even if you get the double, like, I could just Moonblast the Groudon. Because, like, Yveltal can't beat Xerneas 1v1. So I'll just Gleam here. And yeah, that is game. I'll move. I mean, if I'm going for this, I'll just go for Gleam. I don't think there's a reason not to Gleam. Because even then, I don't think here's the thing. I don't even think Groudon will live a Moonblast at neutral. That's how bad it is. Also, I wonder what my opponent's Your Time is, because it's probably really low. Yeah, like, we have more Your Time, I know. So we can go for Yveltal. Or we could just U-turn to Yveltal, I guess. Because Groudon needs a double protect anyway. Yeah, we'll just Gleam turn. Because, we'll see here. Doesn't even protect, so that's it. Yeah, that's all she wrote. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think Groudon would live a +1 Gleam with the range it's at, so Snarl gonna come out, but it doesn't matter at this point. We click Moonblast to win the game. And that was a very long game. That was one game. That was a very long game. And yeah, Snarl would have activated the berry like I thought. So we do get our berry back. We'll be able to U-turn into the Yveltal, and yeah, that's game. I wonder if Flareless would have been able to knock out the Yveltal. It might have. Actually, I think it would have been falling short, but like, it didn't matter. I got the Yveltal in. Like, if you went for the double protect, I just got the Yveltal in, and then I could potentially just go for like a Moonblast into something, and like there was just really, I don't think, any outs for my opponent at that point. Yeah, we'll go for Oblivion Wing. We'll go for Moonblast, but yeah, this game's over. I could have went for Gleam. I guess I should have went for Gleam, but you want to assume I have Gleam Moonblast anyway. We'll go for Moonblast, be able to knock out the Yveltal, and that would be a good game. So, really long game, and I think that's the only game of today's episode, which is kind of insane. But I feel like if we get another one, and since this team plays very long, like I don't want another 25-minute game. But yeah, I'll talk about the thought process though. So basically, it's a slow process, but the matchup's really good in our favor. Obviously, my opponent has troubles with Incin, Landorus, and opposing Assault Vest Yveltal. And guess what? We had all of them. And my opponent had to sacrifice tools because my opponent didn't bring Tapu Koko. Did not have a way to break through Yveltal. My opponent didn't bring Sakataka. He had no way to efficiently take care of Xerneas, especially with all the intimidates that I had running around. So no matter what, my opponent just didn't have good matchup. If Sakataka was brought, I just had to find a position where I can get a Grounding Z in, or I could get Xerneas boosted next to Landorus and I win the game. If my opponent brings Tapu Koko instead, like, it doesn't really matter too much because Tapu Koko is not that big of a threat to like the Amoonguss and Landorus I have in the back, since they don't carry like Hidden Power Ice, and I don't really think they even carry Dazzling Gleam unless they're specs. But yeah, so there wasn't really much my opponent could do with those Pokemon. Venusaur like had to hit sleep powers, it had to get consistent sleep turns, but even then, like, my opponent wasn't doing any damage. Like, I basically had unbreakable stuff that my opponent couldn't break through, because you couldn't really knock out the Incineroar, you couldn't really knock out the Landorus unless with crits. You didn't have really a great way to break through Xerneas. You didn't even, yeah, like, you just didn't have a way to break through any of the mons on my team. And that's the thing, even if you got the sleep powders, like, all I need is one good hit off, and then you're in a bad spot. Specifically that Venusaur, because it was frail. I mean, it might give your Pokemon turns, buy your Pokemon a few turns, but like, Swords Dance is hard to set up against me because of the fact that I have the double Intimidate rotation. I just need a bit of chip damage to put the ground on +1 Moonblast range. Like, the game was trying to get a Geomancy up with Xerneas, where either all your team is weakened, so +1 could sweep, or I get into a position where Xerneas can get a Geomancy while Yveltal's on the field, or I could fake out the Yveltal, get a Geomancy up, and then win the game. Because as you saw, the Oblivion Wing into Venusaur was absolutely huge, because it always gave that pressure that I had if I got Geomancy up. A +2 Dazzling Gleam would be, or +1 Dazzling Gleam even, would just be able to finish out the Venusaur, and I wouldn't have to worry about sleep powder afterward. I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. It was only one episode though, so it wasn't really back to back. But you can check out previous episodes down below. You can check out the team in the description if you do want to go try it out, and you can check out my social media as well. My Twitch channel, where I stream VGC 2019 live streams. Well, I did, and I will in the future once I get more time. But otherwise, you can also check out my Patreon page if you do want to go that extra mile to support my channel. And if you do want to support this video and myself, here are some ways how to. You can leave a like down on the video below. I really appreciate it. You can check out, you can share this video with your friends on social media, and you can feel free to leave a comment down below, as I do read them. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, catch y'all later.